Hello, this is Beverly Beal with the Intuitive Interior. Time for the November I Ching reading. The November energies they're very interesting. So first of all, from a flying stars perspective, the flying stars are actually kind of going back to their home natal chart. That doesn't mean that it's going to feel exactly smooth sailing, but you'll notice starting on Sunday, the 7th, that things might start to make a little bit more sense. And I thought that was a really intriguing piece of information, especially when it came time to look at the cards that I drew. Let's first start with the number one. It's 48. It's called The Well. And the hexagram has on the bottom here, it's Sun. It's a Yin Wood energy, kind of like actually water, like a wind. So, you know, how, feng shui stands for wind and water. It's about how the energy is moving from a tangible way to an intangible way. So, how water flows and how wind feels. You can't see the wind, but you can certainly feel the impact of it. Well, anyway, remember this Sun. It's really it's showing up on a lot of things. So think about vines, like climbing vines, ivy that you'd see on a wall. There's that yin wood. It's about creativity, but it always needs a little bit of support. So there's always some other kind of centralized thing that it has to wrap around in order to really reach its fullest potential. The hexagram or the trigram on top is kan. Kan is water. So you have water kind of suppressing this wood element. It's being supported, but it's not necessarily. Yeah, it's kind of also being suppressed in a way. So the words on this are seeking truth, wisdom, insight, intuitive knowing, return to the source, and getting to the bottom of things. I'm sure we've all, wondered what's really happening on so many different levels, whether it's from the current health crisis that we've have going on throughout the world, or through the economics, through politics, through just personal relationships. There may have been feeling like there's a lot of stuff that's not really being truthful. The focus line on this is number 3, and let me just read this to you. It says that your worth is being bypassed, and that is a shame. If others recognized what you have to offer, it would benefit everyone, including you. Unfortunately, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And however disappointing that might be, it is better to move on than to dry up from lack of circulation. Eventually, your contribution will be valued, but don't wait around for it. So this means that for this month, you'll finally get that clarity of, okay, maybe this isn't the right job for me, or perhaps this isn't the right relationship for me. Maybe it's not even the same, the right country for you. It's are you going to be recognized and valued for what you're bringing to the table? This is there's something that says here, once you have tasted from the clear waters of consciousness, you will return to it often. It is the source that sustains and refreshes, eternally flowing like a clear spring through the whole of existence. You get that when you go deep inside, when you begin to get in alignment of yourself. The thing too about well is you really have to also really go wholeheartedly into it. If you go ahead and use that metaphor of a well, you need to make sure that your container, the bucket, is solid. Because if you aren't giving it your all, giving it enough rope, you're not going to be able to reach it. But if you don't address the mental imbalances or the physical imbalances or whatever, you're never going to be able to get the full potential up. Because if you've got a leak in your bucket, you can fill it up all you want, but it's going to dribble right out. Okay, The second one I want to talk about is number 42, increase. Now, increase is has the hexagram underneath. It's called Zhen. This is the Yang Wood element. So think about the bamboo that I've got back there, or a big, a nice strong tree that's got real good focus and drive. On top, remember what I said? Sun. This is the Yin Wood. So now we have this focus, this upwards energy with the Yin Wood having that as the support. So there's something that it can climb up onto. The words that go along with this one are sharing, reaping rewards, overflow, expansion, flowering, encouragement, fertile ground, and abundance. I get excited when I hear about abundance. The thing about abundance, you got to remember, is what is abundance to you? Because abundance doesn't necessarily, what's abundant for me is not necessarily abundant for someone else. So that's where getting clear about, well, what do you value? What are your things that signify success to you? That's very important to just take some time, maybe go to the well and figure that out. So this focus line was number 1. And it says, when you find fortune smiling on you and all your undertakings seem easier, it's the perfect time to reach out and give support to others. Once your own burdens are lessened, you can in turn ease the way for someone else. Now, the thing here that I want to encourage you to consider is when it says to give support to others, what kind of support do they need? Are you supporting them in a way that you think they should be supported, or is it what they truly need? Because that is the ultimate abundance, when you can connect with someone else to see what is it they truly need, not necessarily what you just want to give. You know what I mean? Okay, so for example, you may think you want to give that the person on the street, just give them some money. Well, maybe they need more than just money. Maybe they actually need more help, as in housing, or maybe you have a friend of a friend of a friend who just needs to have their car fixed. That is how you show increase. During this next month, it is important to focus, to reconnect with nature too, because nature holds a lot of keys on how to truly live in abundance and live within the cycles of nature. Okay, the last card is number 61. It's inner truth. Again, the hexagram. The one on the bottom is Dui. Dui is yin metal. So think jewelry. Think about like a copper wire or gold filament. That's something that is precious, but it's still something that is flexible and strong. And same thing on top is more sun. Again, the yin wood being that focused yet creative growth that is often has flowers on it. The words on this are the wisdom of the heart, insight, clarity, purity, intuitive knowing, consciousness, and penetrating illusion. When this card came up, it again, especially when you look at these, in combination with these others here, it helps. It's going to really be beneficial this month, especially for you to identify areas where you've been maybe not being quite so truthful with yourself. The focus line on this one is number 1, and oops, went to the wrong page. And it says, don't assume that just any inner voice you might be hearing is really your own. Most of us have a whole crowd of voices inside of us, from parents to teachers, coworkers, and friends. And to hear your own inner voice needs a finely tuned ear and the willingness to discard even apparently good advice if it does not arise directly from your own experience. Undertake the task as if your life depended on it, and in a spiritual sense, it does. Inner truth, this again, especially when you start talking about getting together again with family, gathering with friends. We've got Thanksgiving here in the U.S. There's, we just finished with Halloween and the Day of the Dead, and remembering the family and ancestors who've gone on before. Their truth doesn't necessarily mean that it's your truth. And you might even find that you're in a circle of friends who are completely insisting that this is the truth, this is the right way to be. And if you've got some misgivings, if there's a little bit of that that little tug that I don't know, maybe not. That's your opportunity to step back and see, is this really my truth, or is this what others want me to say my truth is? Oh, that I love taking Epsom salt baths. I'm going to put a plug in here for my Joy Soak because, well, I can. But there are some other lovely products out there that can help you get to that truth. Again, the best thing, I think, again, going back to nature. If it's possible, take some time and just lean up against a tree and feel that energy from the tree going into the back of your head and filling your entire spine. It's just a tremendous experience when you can truly connect with nature to that level. But the inner peace, that inner knowing, it does require silence. So as much as someone really wants to be able to just download it straight into your brain, you're going to have to take a little bit of time for that. Now that, of course, we're ending with daylight savings time, that means that we're going to have that extra hour in the morning, that extra, or in the evening rather. We're going to have a little more extra time, that cover of darkness, so that we can get to our inner truth. But the Yin Wood element goes along with the element of rabbit. Rabbit is it's easy to proliferate. It is there's a little bit of shyness. There's a little bit of that feeling of I don't know if I feel safe to go out. It's not that there's a lack of safety. It's more of the unknown that's happening here. Again, November itself is the month of the Earth Pig, the Yin Earth Pig. So again, Yin, going within, going into that, settling down within. But the pig energy, it's still going to want to have you go out and celebrate and be with friends and enjoy some of those nice things, but maybe fewer quiet celebrations for the month of November. Anyway, that's what I've got for November. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments and I'll do my best to respond in a timely manner. And hope you have a fabulous Yin Earth Pig month. Take care.